All this work that we're doing, brothers, for this ministry, eventually is going to pay off. You better believe it, man. It's going to pay off like you'll never believe. Okay? And by the way, we're the highest value male on this planet. The men of the Lord, the men of this truth, the hopeful elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the highest value male there is.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Kapadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. And what I want to get into, today, is dealing with, the prophecy, quick news and prophecy, which this is the overtone of the ministry, is prophecy, And one thing about it is we stay in tune with the prophecy. It keeps us in a certain mind frame, keeps us in the mindset of being or having urgency, and the mindset of, hoping, for something beyond this current society, this current wicked kingdom, And one thing about it, Bible prophecy is undisputed. So I read this and expound, I got a few articles, just quick news and prophecy, just touch a few points and just emphasize on prophecy, man. This is Isaiah 34:16. It says, seek you out the book of the Lord Yahweh and read, which is the Bible. None of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. So the Bible, contains, the pretty much the commentary of the narrative that's being carried out in the earth. That's why a understanding of prophecy, is going to be our stability in these times. Because we understand that these things must be. The masses, even in prophecy it says that men, matter of fact, they just get it. You just flow in spirit, let's get it. This is Luke 21. And this is Yahweh Shai, going deep into prophecy. And which we'll come back, to this chapter. But I want to get this point. This is Luke 21-25, because as the headline of prophecy is the return of Yahushua. As you see, the return of the Messiah is the title of these precepts, and that's the headline of prophecy. This is what we await, beyond everything that's spoken of to happen, the Charagma, famine, great uproars and, things hitting the fan. One of the main things, the main thing, that we await is the return of Yahweh Shai, man. That's the beginning of Israel's eternal rulership, beginning with the remnant under Yahweh Shai. Now you read Luke 21-25, and there shall be signs in the moon, and then and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon earth distress of nations. And see, we've seen these blood moons, blue moons, eclipse, all these different things, man. Crazy weather Esau, Edom, is engineering, different things with the weather. Guess what? The Lord, ordained that man ordained Esau to have, their power to do that, to fulfill prophecy, man. And it says, and upon earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the seas and waves roaring. And see, the circumstances are in the earth, man, for complete chaos and upheaval to just, consume the earth. And everyone's in distress. You have these different coups, these different nations. You got African nations, bucking up, Hawaii bucking up, everyone is bucking up against this government, man. The the scriptures say, the hand of the wicked or the laborers, okay, will be against this man the closer he gets, to his NWO. Okay, so we coming to the part where everything is going to work against this devil. All right, but before that happens, he's going to go on his last run of terror. All right, now verse 26 says, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, which is prophecy. And why their hearts are going to be failing them, man, because they can't conceive these things happening. You see, that's why when we stay in the spirit of prophecy, we're pretty much, rehearsing for the future, man. Okay, preparing our minds for what's to be the reality that's going to settle in the earth, man. Okay, this is the reason why, the Lord emphasizes prophecy, man. Okay, because people are about to stroke out. Just seeing the times that we in, just existing in these times, and the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is not on you. All right, yeah, he's gonna overwhelm you, man. And we pray we stay in the spirit, that the Lord keeps us in these times, man. All right, it says men's hearts back in Luke 21:26, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Okay, from the elites, okay, on down, all right, to the average man, the Lord is finna terrorize the earth, man. He's gonna let Esau, get off, and push his agenda. Okay, it's finna get real draconian. All right, and we finna see, Esau be a madman. All right, but ultimately the Most High is going to show that he is, and even Esau is going to be terrified of the things that's happening, man, from the elites to the common man. All right, so let's just finish this here in the book of Isaiah 34. Isaiah 34:16, it says, seek you out the book of the Lord and read. None of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. Yeah, there's no other book, that you can compare, okay, with the Bible. Okay, and no other book is speaking. Okay, we don't know any chapter in scripture of the Quran. Okay, the book of the dead. Okay, we don't know Buddha, Hindu, like none of those things are speaking. All these religions and beliefs that people have, but none of these things are speaking. And anybody that tries, because you watch a lot of alternative news, and everyone has to revert back to the Bible. Okay, some of them be on point, with make a point or two, but then eventually they always go way left. Okay, but the fact is they always gotta revert back to the Bible. Everyone tries to put the Bible on trial, but guess what? The Bible is undisputed. All the prophecies spoken of, either they have happened, they're getting ready to happen. Okay, that's how it works, and it's happening presently. Just us knowing we Israelites is prophecy speaking. Okay, standing out on the highways and byways teaching, that's prophecy speaking. Okay, us in America in captivity, that's prophecy speaking, man. Okay, scoffers, Jake waxing worse and worse. They know that they're Israelites. All these is prophecy speaking. All right, and the two major prophecies that we await is the Charagma and World War III. Okay, which is going to bring on the famines. Okay, the violence. All right, and more uproars, man. So let's go here. I want to get this article. Okay, now the title, all right, of this article is it says the next crisis is anyone's guess, but the government is ready, all right, to lock down the nation. See, all the pieces are in place. It's just a thing of when. It ain't if, it's when. Okay, and we don't know exactly how they're gonna run this next one, because we know the first okay, situation, was a trial run. Okay? But we believe in the spirit that this next one, he's gonna go all the way in, man. Okay? Now, when you read, let's read this. It says, the whole aim of practical politics is to keep the populace alarmed and hence clamorous, all right, to be led to safety. Yeah, because when you're in fear, okay, you can't think. When you're moving in fear, all right, and that's why there's always a boogeyman. There's always some type of psyops. There's always some, something alarming that you have to be aware of. Always, death. You could die. You can die. Death. It's always something. All right, and it keeps the masses, in the state of fear. Okay, and looking for, some type of leadership to get back to normalcy, man. Okay? It says, the whole aim of practical politics is to keep the populace alarmed and hence clamorous to be led to safety by an endless series of hobgoblins, okay? Most of them imaginary. And there's a quote from H.L. Mencken. Now, just real quick, let's get that. Okay, when you go to let's see, control by fear. All right, it says individuals, okay, looking to take advantage of and manipulate others have long realized the power of fear. When one is gripped by fear of threat, real or imagined, their rational and higher cognitive capacity shut down, making them easily manipulated by anyone that promises safety from the threat. And this is the atmosphere, okay, order out of chaos. Okay, this is the atmosphere that finna be established. All right, it's finna be brought forth in the earth on a level that earth has never seen. Because scriptures say what? It's gonna be the worst time. Okay, let's get it. All right, and the scriptures speak. This is Matthew 24 and 21. It said, "For there shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be." Okay, so this is the worst time ever. Okay, and people are going to be begging for a solution. If Yahweh Shem Shai, all right, if the Lord doesn't have you covered in this time, okay, you're going to fold to what's finna happen, man. And that's why we pray that we're covered. This is why we're fighting. We're fighting for the Lord's mercy in the time of chaos, man. Okay, this is why we enduring, because we have to endure first before we get to the promises, man. Okay, before we get to be joint heirs and, kings and priests and princesses. Before we get to that, we got to endure. Okay? Because, hey, we finna see people, because people are already psychotic when you get here. All right, this is Matthew 24 and 12. It says, "And because iniquity shall abound," sin. Okay, as it says in Matthew 24 and 12 in the NLT, says sin will be rampant everywhere. Okay, and this is what we're seeing. They're normalizing all manner of sin. Okay, righteousness is a joke. Sin is the end thing in this society, man. All right, and that atmosphere says so what? The love of many shall wax cold. Okay, and you go into this word cold, which wax, means to grow. Okay, but yep, you got the word in the Greek, psycho. Okay, psycho, man. All right. And people are already on edge. You know, everyone's in a rush. Everyone, you know, in traffic. You know, everybody in traffic. You know, you really gotta be mindful. You know, because I'm in traffic a lot now, and I'm just seeing how people move. Everybody's on edge, man. Okay, like everybody is at that tipping point. You can tell. You know, that's why, you know, as we're out, man. Hey, there's a lot of times where, hey, you gotta let these folks have it, man. Okay. You know, move wisely, man, in these times, because these people are bugging out. Okay, and these people are going psycho, man. Now let's go here. All right, because a lot of you going to fear, it takes away your rational thinking. You get desperate. You know, when you're in fear, you get extremely desperate. Okay, you do things you wouldn't normally do. Okay, now, all right, so he goes into these events, as you can see. You know, first came, all right, the incident with the towers. Okay, and the government used, all right, which the government used to transform itself into a police state. Okay, then you had the C. All right, Uno Nina. Okay, you had that situation happen in 2020. Okay, now when you go here, it says, in light of the government's tendency to exploit crises, legitimate or manufactured, and capitalize on the nation's heightened emotions, confusion, and fear as a means of extending the reach of the police state, one has to wonder what so-called crisis it will declare next. So you go here, okay, because it spoke about confusion, and the scriptures speak about, okay, confusion, all right, increasing in the earth, you know, because the devil has a lot of madness up his sleeves, man. Okay, and he's going to move quick, man. All right, it says 2nd Ezra 16:21. It says, behold, victual shall be so good cheap upon earth. All right, I think I heard the brother say Wendy's had like a burger for like a penny, you know. Let me see. Let me find it. Wendy's. All right, one. Okay, yep. Let me pop it up. All right. It says Wendy's announced that they will be selling its junior bacon cheeseburger for just 1 cent in September. Okay. Well, that's great. You know, we can't even speak on, you know, the food. They get real sensitive when you speak on on their food. All right. But look at this madness, man. Victual shall be so good cheap upon earth. Let's see if it'll play.
Introducing Platinum Status, where you save 10 cents per gallon on every fill and get the chance to win VIP experiences and rewards. Just fill up at Shell 12 times in 3 months with any fuel grade, or 6 times with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline.
Yeah. Texas Tyler ordered 31 cheeseburger. Mom has no clue. You see this? And these same people are finna starve, man. Hey, the Lord, hey, he knows how to set up the plot. Okay? In his movie. 31 goddamn cheeseburger. Tripping. Okay? It says, looking to sink your teeth into a few.
Age comes with wisdom. And wisdom comes with benefits.
Dryer's broken.
Okay.
So lucky.
You want a socket? That's especially.
All right, so it says, looking to sink your teeth into a few cheap and delicious burgers in the coming days. McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, and other fast food chains are offering incredible deals for National Cheeseburger Day on Monday, September the 18th. All right, which that was today. Oh boy. All right. Wendy's now announced that they will be selling its famous junior cheeseburger for just 1 cent. Although customers order another item through the Wendy's app to take advantage of the deal. Okay, so yeah, man, you got these things going on. Okay, Burger King, Burger Fi, all right, McDonald's. Okay, which if we gotta tell you about that, man, you gotta catch up. But we can't speak much on it because they go crazy about their little merchandise. All right, but yeah, man. So just showing you what prophecy is reigning supreme. Second Ezra 16:21 said, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion." Sword, famine, and great confusion, man. So as people, all right, are feasting, okay, on cheap victuals. Okay, it's football season, drunk, hollering at the TV, you know, shaking, on your tippy toe, all in front of the TV. You see, guess what? Prophecy is still unfolding. There's still great evils that's growing upon the earth. All right, and the Lord has a spirit on these devils to orchestrate these things, man. You see? So this is another example that prophecy is reigning supreme. Okay? So let's go back here. It says, frankly, back in the article, it said, frankly, it doesn't even matter what the nature of the next national emergency might be. Okay? Terrorism, civil unrest, economic collapse, okay? A health scare, or the environment, as long as it allows the government, okay, to clamp down the nation and justify all manner of tyranny in the so-called name of national security. Okay? And how these devils going to play it? Because we know with the healthcare, they push the juice. And see, if they do the economic, we know that's going to be the C hill. If the dollar collapse, the only way to revise that is going to be the digital currency, all right, which is going to be ran through what device? Okay, the C hip. Okay, so we know we know they play with the health. Okay, to spread the juice. Okay, which is to delete as many people as possible. All right, and they told you that agenda. And if we play it, we just playing what they. If we just play what they said, we'll get a strike. Okay, so then you go to the economic. If it's an economic collapse, all right, we know, all right, that hey, the only way to revive an economic collapse, because if the dollar crashes, that's the global currency crash. Okay, and the only way you're going to be revived is through the Charagma. All right, so everything is set up. All right, everything is set up. All the pieces are being put in place, for it to go down. Now, let's go here. All right, this nigga. All right, and while this is happening, remember the Charagma in World War III. Okay, which the Charagma is going to come first before, World War III really breaks out. You might have a few skirmishes here and there, a bombing, a general might get, put on a t-shirt. Okay, but the true, okay, fighting, the true war, it will be after the Charagma. But we see both of them, okay, all the pieces are being put in place simultaneously, man. All right, so it said NATO prepares for biggest military exercise since Cold War and close to Russia. Okay, and the NATO was formed to be what, man? Okay, to be a defense against any, Russia invasion. Okay, or any, Russian military against, all right, Europe. All right, and mainly, the West, mainly Europe, because Europe is, right there. Okay, they on the border. All right. So it says, and we know Russia, which is Gog and Magog, or the Medes, they play major part in prophecy, man. Okay. It says the upcoming steadfast defender NATO war drills set for early 2024 are expected to be the biggest military exercise in Europe since the end of the Cold War. The Financial Times is reporting Monday. At a moment that war in Ukraine grows more and more unpredictable, given neither Russia nor the West have shown any signs of backing down, the FT writes that NATO is preparing its biggest live joint command exercise since the Cold War next year, assembling more than 40,000 troops to practice how the alliance would attempt to repel Russian aggression against one of its members. Yeah, and the prophecy is already set for Russia is gonna be brought forth. Okay, Ezekiel 38. Okay, so they're doing drills for Ezekiel 38 prophecy. Okay, is speaking. That's the headlines. Is prophecy, man. Everything else, what are niggas into? Okay, Charleston White. All right, that nigga, he's the character. All right, we're just throwing examples out there. What niggas into? Charleston White. Okay, goddamn, NBA young boy and Lil Durk. Okay, just madness. Like, see, niggas are into those things, man. Sexy Red. Okay, yeah, that's the nigga headlines, man. Okay, but now prophecy, all right, is speaking, man. So let's go on. Oh yeah, Ezekiel. Yep, Ezekiel 38, and Esau always tries to call himself one up in prophecy, but nah, you can't one up prophecy. You can only play your role in prophecy. Okay, because it's in prophecy for you to try to do the one up. Okay, Ezekiel 38:1. It says, "And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God, the land of Magog, which is Russia, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, because the Lord is against Russia as well." But Russia is just being used as a tool in prophecy, man. Okay? And say, "Thus said the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws and will bring thee forth in all thy army." And that's going to be Russia invading Europe, man. Russia is going to invade Europe. They're going to come forth. Ukraine is just the beginning. Okay? It says horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, which is military hardware, tanks, okay, helicopters, fighter jets, navy vessels, submarines, okay, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. And Russia is becoming, one of the top arms deals, okay, the top nation that's doing arms deals in the earth, okay, and all those nations in that region are pretty much, being backed by Russia, okay. As the scriptures say, what Russia, the role that it has Russia playing in scripture, Russia is playing that role. Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia and Libya, okay, which is those northern African countries. All right, this whole thing with these African, all right, nations pretty much rebelling against these Western puppet leaders. Okay, who are these nations turning to? Russia. Russia, say they got free, pretty much free wheat, free food. Okay, they're offering them nations resources. All right, they're being the guard. It says all of them with shield and helmet. Okay, was the way everybody's Russia making sure everybody's scrapped up. Okay, that's Russia's role. Okay, It says Gomar and all his bands, the house of Togomar and the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee, okay, which is going to Turkey, all right, which Russia, Iran, and Turkey, all right, they've done joint military drills, okay. They're in discussion. They have trade agreements, okay. They are aligned over there in their region, man. Okay, it said, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Okay, so Russia is playing their role to a T. All right, and you have NATO getting ready to do these drills, okay, to combat that, man. All right, well, we know prophecy is going to prevail. It says like with the ongoing smaller northern coast, back in the article, war games currently being executed by NATO in Baltic waters, the Steadfast Defender 24 drills will simulate how the military alliance will respond in the face of a hypothetical Russian invasion. Okay, and it's going to go from hypothetical to reality. All right, Russia going to come forth and their allies, man. Okay, it said NATO officials were quoted in FT as saying the planned exercise are seen as a key part of demonstrating to Moscow that the alliance is prepared to fight. Okay? You see? These are war drums, man. It says steadfast. It says, yeah, Steadfast Defender is slated to run February and March and is likely to be seen as a provocation by Moscow, given it will take place in the various locals across Germany, Poland, and the Baltic states, the latter which border Russia, according to more from FT report detailing the upcoming gigantic war game. And it's gonna go from a war game to actual war. All right, let's get that according to prophecy, man. Okay, let's get this according to prophecy, man. Jeremiah 51, I believe. All right, and 46. Okay, and this is what Yahweh Shai, when he spoke about nation against nation, he was speaking in these times, man. When he spoke about rumors of wars, he was going into this prophecy. Jeremiah 51 and 46. And lest your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come one year, and a rumor is a circulating story. So we hear all these different circulating stories and speculations about what? War. So we hearing these year by year. They are already speaking about 2024. Okay, and these big war games with the NATO. So they're speaking of these rumors year by year. These circulating stories. And after that, in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. It's going to eventually turn into a real fight, man. Ain't going to be drills, man. Okay, it's going to turn to live action, what they call a hot war. Okay? And this is what Yahweh Shai was speaking on, man. Yahweh Shai speaking in prophecy. Matthew 24 and 6, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled. You see, Yahweh Shai was going into Jeremiah. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, because you're going to hear these rumors of wars year after year. Okay? But there's still things that have to play out. There's still things being put in place, man. Okay? All the pieces are being put in place, man. So when that first domino hit, it's going to lead all the way. It's going to knock the rest of the dominoes down, leading up to Yahweh Shai. Okay? So let's go from there. Let's get oh yeah, I got this. Because while that's happening, that's scheduled for next year. You have this, happening in Taiwan. Okay? Not too long ago. Alright, so let's play this.
has sounded alarm bells about heightened military activity by China. Taiwan's defense ministry has sounded alarm bells about heightened military activity by China. The defense ministry said that it had detected at least 103 Chinese warplanes around the island in a 24-hour period. The Taiwanese Defense Ministry called on China to immediately stop such destructive unilateral actions, further warning that such activities would only further escalate cross-strait tensions and destabilize security in the region. According to the Taiwanese Defense Ministry, out of the 103 PLA aircraft, at least 40 of them crossed the de facto median line in the Taiwan Strait. The aircraft then entered the island's air defense identification zone in the southwest and southeast. At least 10 Sukhoi 30 aircraft, nearly 12 J-10 aircraft and around 4 J-11 aircraft and over 10 J-16 fighter jets along with 2 Y-20 aerial refueling planes and 2 KJ-500 aircraft were spotted among the 40 sorties. The Taiwanese Defense Ministry further added that at least 9 PLA warplanes were also spotted near the island. The ministry said that it had closely monitored the situation and tasked warplanes and naval ships as well as land-based missile systems to respond to the heightened activity. Since the U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to the island in August last year, Beijing has intensified military operations around Taiwan. China has sought to isolate Taiwan diplomatically by pressuring other countries not to officially recognize it as a separate country. Most nations in the world follow the One China policy and do not formally recognize Taiwan as a country. However, many nations maintain unofficial relations with Taiwan and engage in trade, cultural, and economic exchanges.
So yeah, man, you have China, pretty much they're hiding their activity over there in Taiwan because they know, all right, that America, all right, is only interested in the resources and the geographical location, okay, of Taiwan. Okay, they don't care, all right, about those people in Taiwan, okay? Taiwan is nothing but a military and the economic strategy of America, okay? Because, like I say, whenever you see America get interested into, when they have affairs with these countries, it's about the resources, man. All right? And I think Taiwan is rich in those semiconductors, which those semiconductors are, the backbone of American military hardware. Okay? Taiwan semiconductor. Okay? Yeah. So you see Taiwan, okay, is a major player. It says only the top 5 semiconductor companies in Taiwan generate revenue over 100 billion, according to figures in 21 compiled. Let's see. All right. So you have TSMC, the giant of Taiwanese semiconductor manufacturing. He said the world's biggest manufacturer of semiconductors. Okay? TSMC is one of the 10 largest companies in the world. And these semiconductors, all right, the power of Taiwan's chip industry. Okay, and Apostle Hart went into that, he went into the, Russia, securing Ukraine and China securing Taiwan. That would be a major military move and give Russia and China a lot of advantage over the West, man. Okay? So these things are unfolding real time as we speak. All right? Major prophecy, man. We can never get so caught up, in you know, the podcast culture of America, you know, all these debates and this and that, and, you know, pretty much meaningless things. We go into things, you know, as it, you know, presents an opportunity to edify. All right, but we don't get engulfed in these things. All right, this is what we're on. Okay, Jeremiah 50 and yep, this is Jeremiah 50 and all right. I started Jeremiah 50 and 21. It says, "Go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekah, waste and utterly destroy after them, said the Lord, and do according to all that I have commanded thee." Yep. And this war is leading to the complete annihilation of America, man. And you go here, all right, and the Hebrew word is Marathayim, Marathayim, okay, which means what? Double rebellion. Okay? And you can see that America, all right, is in great rebellion against Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. That's why it's known as the mother harlot, okay, which is the source, the motherland of wickedness in the earth. Okay? Marathayim. Okay? And then you go get this word, Pakad, all right, Paquad in the Hebrew, Paquad, yeah, Paquad, all right, Paquahad, yeah, Paquahad, and it means visitation. So there's a visitation for this double rebellion, all right, which is America, man, okay, and it says, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. See, everybody is moving to the commands of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Russia is doing what it's doing because it's commanded. Okay, brothers teaching, okay, and edifying is based off a commandment. Who have resisted his will? False prophets, they can't, you know, that's why, you know, we just got to pray to stay within the Lord's mercy, man, because everyone is doing what the Lord is commanding. Okay? Jake does, you know, into the gimmicks and, you know, the crazy bugged out doctrines. They're doing what they're commanded to do. Okay? It says a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction, man. So we're in these times, man. Okay? We in these times, man. The war drums are beating. Okay? The stage is being set for the next, you know, clamp downs, okay, economic collapse, you know, another, you know, sickness, okay, all these things are being prepared, and it's all according to the will of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. So I end here. This is the book of Habakkuk chapter 2, okay, this is the book of Habakkuk chapter 2, and verse 1, it says, "I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved." Okay, so we're on our watch. And as we see these things happening, that's the Lord speaking to his men through current events. Okay, through prophecy happening in real time. That's how the Lord speaks, okay, to his men. Okay, and as we see these things, we report that his Lord speak, you know, unto his men. All right, his men speaking to the church. Okay, and it's mainly through what we see happen in real time. It says, "And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it." So when our forefathers, you know, wrote these things, had these things scribed, had these visions, you know, the Lord, okay, had them to explain it in the best way they could according to, you know, the technology of their time. Okay, and now that we have, you know, complete understanding, we can run, you know, because when you have a message, you got to run with it. In the ancient world, you know, you had to run with the message. That's where you get the whole thing from a relay, you know, handing off the baton. Well, that's how they would hand off messages, man. Okay, One person will run a certain distance, okay, and they will meet, what they call the next leg of the relay, and they was run those messages, man. And this is what we're doing, okay. Hey, we're running with this message, man. Okay, it said, for the vision is yet for the appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. All right, so it's a time appointed for everything to be fulfilled. That's why it says in patience possess ye your souls. Okay, so we have to endure as until the appointed time. Okay, it said, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Okay, you read in NLT, Habakkuk 2:3 says, this vision for a future time, it describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. Okay, and we have to hold fast to these things, hold fast to this belief. Okay, because it seems like it's being drawn out. Like I say, the hustle and bustle of America is still on the go. People are suffering, but then you see, you still see people, pretty much just living la vida loca. Okay. Well, it's gonna come a time when this place has an appointment, okay, with prophecy, man. A major appointment with prophecy, man. So that's the point. Just want to get that out, Lord will. All right, you brothers, and you few sisters edified to the next time I say shalom.